approached me and he asked me to speak. I was thinking I'm going to see youngsters. And I'm going to call them. And then I was in for a shock when he said, people are almost all are retired. I said, my God, I have to learn from you, so if you start in that. Let's talk about the subject that I'm very passionate about. I hope I'm clear. My words are clear. Shall I speak from here? Yeah. I'm a success and leadership coach. So my aim is to empower people to achieve things in their life. I have almost spent 36 years and I have mentored many students, you can say, when they join the organization. I have mentored them. Slowly I realized that I had some capacity in me to get people to do things because that is also essential. Maybe they may be in their organization, they may not be able to perform the way they want to because of so many constraints. But me as a coach can empower them, can tell them what is required to be done. When they encounter failures or setbacks, I have the perfect strategy with me to get them going because I have performed in different areas, in different fields, and I know very well what is required so that they can do. So one of the pet topics is persistence and perseverance. First, I will go with what is this persistence and what is the difference between persistence and perseverance, how essential it is for you to achieve that goal, and what are some steps or actions which we can take to take up. Can anybody tell me what is persistence? I know I am dealing with people who have already gone through these exercises, but can somebody tell me what exactly you mean by persistence? Okay, I explain. It's the quality of people who have become successful. If you see anybody who has become successful, you will know that they are people who have gone through the grind. It is the determination that has pulled them. Now, I don't want to give any quotations over here. I'll make it very simple. Suppose you want to reach a destination or a goal. What is it that you will do? You have a path. Okay, that path is your ambition. You are ambitious to reach there. And persistence is that vehicle with you. Now, when you are moving, you will find setbacks, you will find hurdles, you will find obstacles. Have you not encountered that? All of you as business people, you will know the obstacles or the hurdles you have encountered when you want to. So when you go, if you encounter some setback or hurdles, what do? You take a diversion, right? You take a diversion or you wait for that to be cleared. Or so patience goes along with persistence. This quality of persisting till you reach your goal, despite obstacles, despite hurdles, despite all the setbacks, despite uncomfortable or all the doubts, and this is known as persistence. Now, what is the difference in perseverance? Perseverance is when you do hard work, after doing hard work, you get tired of doing hard work, still you persist. That is perseverance. When you fail, the difference between obstacle and failure is you've gone totally down. You've lost your finances. You have to restart. And that is perseverance. When you have to restart, I'm sure many of the business people may have faced other obstacles or they may have faced when they went totally down and they have to come up, restart. Okay, are you with me? Are you able to understand? Even in any field for that matter, when you want to achieve a goal, you will find that hurdles could be there, but sometimes it is failure. There could be many reasons for that failure, and how you overcome that, and how you come. That is what is being done by all the successful people. Take Mahatma Gandhi, take Abraham Lincoln, or all those people who achieved greatness. We see them as somebody. It's because they have that quality of perseverance in them. It's not easy to develop, but it's a trait which can be developed, and for which there are some steps which can be followed. I hope you have understood the difference between persistence and perseverance. And patience goes hand in hand because when you want to achieve some result, you need to be patient. Because along with persistence and perseverance, another quality which need to be inculcated is patience. You have to, because things will not happen the way you want. So still you persist, still you do it, still you. That is what is. That is what they have done. We see them at the top, the tip of the iceberg. We don't know what all they have gone through. And many a time people don't talk about all that they have gone through. They see the success, and when you try to achieve that and you don't get result, then you start blaming, you quit. This is what happens to majority of people. The minority who reach there, they become successful. The majority who do not achieve it, they become mediocre. They are comfortable. Okay, I'm happy. I'm getting what I want. That's it. But if you want to reach there, you need to develop the skill of persistence. So I hope we are very clear that this is the reason why you need to develop persistence and perseverance. And this probably in all those young generation when they want to achieve one rejection, one failure, and they say, now I cannot. Let me just go comfortable with what I am. So this is where we come into the picture, and all of you as my seniors and whom I can look up to, you can always get the youngsters, those who are there to become persistent and persistent. So now let's come to few of the steps that we can take to become persistent and persistent. Few extra steps are required for becoming perseverant, because that is a quality which very difficult. You go on, you get rejected, and still you do it. Go again rejected, again you do it. Like say Abraham Lincoln, then you will understand that it's not easy. But setback, of course, you may get somebody to support you, and you may be able to still proceed. So that is something which can be developed. Now, for any goal to be achieved, we know that the major step is define the goal, declare the goal, write the goal, and then what you take some, you plan it out, because anyway you need planning, otherwise you are not going to achieve that. So you have planned where you put the action, you put the steps, you find out the resources, all that said and done, you do the planning, you do the prioritization, and then you take action. But for somebody to achieve that pinnacle of success, what is required is change in the mindset. Change in the mindset is something which needs to be encouraged. So, as a coach, I have learned certain things which are known as law of attraction. This was not there, it is actually existing, but we, in our age, we did not give a name to it. So few of them are like, you start affirming, affirmations. Have you heard the word affirmations? Yeah. So you start thinking about what you can achieve in present tense, as if you have already achieved that. That is affirmation. I am doing this, I am reaching here, I am doing this, whatever you are going to work on, whatever goal you are trying to achieve, you start saying or repeating it in your mind that you have already achieved. And you start visualizing at it. So what happens, there is this subconscious mind which starts taking that. It does not understand, it's not visible, but it goes on listening to what you are saying and start taking action based on that. So in law of attraction, there are certain principles of becoming grateful, saying gratitude. When you start giving gratitude, what happens that you start getting that positive frequency and you start attracting what is good for you. So we generally tell that start thinking, even if somebody has hurt you, don't blame or don't complain about that person, don't think bad of the person, just bless them. And then what happens? You increase your vibration or you increase your frequency in such a way that you start attracting. One of the things which we can tell people, start attracting abundance. Start by having a growth mindset. Not a feeble mindset, but a growth mindset. Think that this will happen. Everything positive is going to happen. And you will find it that you are going to attract. So one is affirmation and the other one is visualization and growth mindset. Now people may ask, how can I remain positive like that? Things are happening like this. this thing got rejected, somebody in the family is sick, my finance is down, my bank balance is not increasing, wherever I put some money that is going away, I'm not getting it. These are things which happen. But how you have to become positive is, there are 2, 3 fundas for that. That you can start talking, you can have a self-talk which is positive. Whatever way I can do it. Something like that. One which I follow is shake it off and step. I know many of you would have heard of the story of a mule, a farmer, that mule became very sick. So he fell into a well, and the farmer said, fine, he has already fallen into the well, the well is not having any water or anything, and it is better for them, but let me start getting it covered. So he calls all his villagers and asks them to put all the dirt. They start putting it. This one becomes very upset, what to do. So when he sees all this coming, he just steps up and stands in that. Slowly, what happens? He reaches over here and he comes down. So this is known as shake it off and stuff up. He is getting surmounted with all the mud which is falling on him, but he steps up and he comes out. So when you are getting certain problems in your life, so you have to say, shake it off, step up, I'm going to be sick. This way, what happens is you see that you are able to get that outcome. There are many other positive self-talk that you can read from stories and then of course there is emulating people who are inspirational. So when you see that, you read about them, you see their and then slowly what happens is you are going to get into that positive mindset. So these 2, 3 things you can talk about here. Now what happens when you are trying to become successful? There are people who may not like it. They may become jealous. So there are people who are your own close friends who may tell you, why you are doing so much. So these are all going to stop that person from proceeding further. Here also there are certain things to keep them away, keep yourself away. There are many things to make one positive so that you are able to accomplish your goal. So like say, definitely there are few habits which all of us pursue in the morning, which is for our body and our mind. Body of course is physical exercise, mind of course your meditation. The affirmations and visualizations are also there, and sitting and reading for some time, and journaling your thoughts, which is also for your mindset. So these are certain things to be positive, besides the deciding the goal, planning and of course taking action, your mindset and your habit. Now, in the case of the goal, why some people, even though they establish the goal, they are not able to continue? It is because they have not thought of the purpose of the goal. Why do you want to achieve something? If you are very clear about the purpose, then no matter whatever happens, you will ensure that you will be able to achieve that. Besides that, 2, 3 extra points that I want to mention over here is be a light. Because only when you see what is happening all around, when you know that these are the new things which are happening and start learning, will you understand that how you can do it. So be a lifelong learner and be passionate about whatever you are doing. For me, my success has always been that I was very passionate. Of course, being in an organization, we are not always given the job that we want. You are put into different locations and according to that you work. But being passionate about whatever you are doing, that will have the momentum to proceed and help you to achieve the goal. So being passionate and being a lifelong learner and having the purpose of the goal, if you keep that in mind, then you are surely able to achieve. And then of course I've talked about the mindset and the habits which are important things for you to pursue so that you are able to achieve. Now, in the case of persistence and perseverance, all these things are to be taken care of. But in the case of perseverance, they have to be ready to face rejection. They need to be risk takers because you are going to do something different. They need to be ready to take risks, be ready to fail, and be ready to fail. So these are certain qualities they need to train themselves on. Because if you take risk and you stumble, then you will give up. So we don't want them to give up, so you need to help them to take risk. Expect them to take risk, and then also they should be able to accept rejections, which for me, I'm telling you, I find it very difficult to accept rejection. That is something which I need to train myself on, but for those people who want to achieve that pinnacle of success, they need to be able to face rejection and be ready to face failure. So I think I have covered whatever I wanted to in my own way, and now I invite questions. I wanted some more interaction, so you can ask me questions and I will be able to answer. Thank you for patiently. Any questions? You can talk, yes, you can talk about your incident which you surmounted and you reached.
Very inspiring speech. Let me encourage for you that all these 34 years of experience. Do you think, man, if Kerala is a place to start anything like any industry, expect medical industry or medical hospitals, other small people with a little amount of money, if they start something, will this present atmosphere is
Those who don't think like that, those who are, what is the use of doing all this, this is what the government is, then that is what you're going to get. But you start believing in providence, believing in the faith that what if you persist and you start giving instructions to your subconscious mind, having full faith, you will find some solution is coming to you. It is not a solution which I can think of, it is a solution which he decides. Got it? Yeah, that is when external barriers are there.
God is not in favor of calling any industries to Kerala, I think.
Huh?
God is not interested in bringing any industries to Kerala. The past 10, 15 years, whoever comes goes away. And those who come, nothing persists. They believe in getting free rations, free things, but not getting jobs.
People have already left, they are going to Gulf and they are getting whatever they want over there. They are not taking on over here. Even I went outside and I was working outside. But today the situation has really changed and every day we hear about it. But then again it can change. There are many things which are not in our control and it is somebody can do. Everything happened and then the flood came. Did anybody think that night suddenly the full Kerala will have? So situations happen which can be positive or negative, but it may be in your favor. So many people during COVID and after COVID, they have expanded their business. Right or wrong, it has happened. There are many instances where people have gone through, but there are people who have actually, in spite of COVID, they have to become millionaires.
To think positively, Kerala being God's own country, we have a very good scope here for everything. Right. Now my question is, you have stated that the first step to be taken is to change the mindset. But I think before fixing the mindset, we have to fix up a goal. We have to fix up a goal. Am I right?
Yeah, you have to have a goal. Goal is the first one.
That should be the first goal.
Yes, yes. You first have the goal. Everybody has a goal, they all want. Some people have a goal of becoming very fit. Somebody, reduce weight. Somebody has of running or becoming a Olympian. Or there are many goals which people have. Many have those certain goals. The organizational goal is different, your personal goal is different. So when you have your personal goal, the way to handle it is you will take some steps. Basically, you will plan out what you need to do and then you will take necessary action. But something or the other, like this, some situations can come which will not help you to move further. But by thinking that I am in Kerala, that is why this is happening, the government is not giving me this, my talent money is gone, then you are going to go deeper and deeper in that. But if you start becoming positive, things are going to change and I'm going to have this. Slowly you will find there are some opportunities coming to you. It may be you are sitting here only, but somewhere else somebody puts in some money for you, or somewhere else some plan comes up and you are asked to head that, maybe sitting here only. How that will come, I cannot tell. But you have to believe in Providence. You have to believe in faith, in your system. And you start becoming positive, it will happen. Why some people go on getting certain things and some people don't go on getting, everything starts going down. It is that frequency that you are vibrating. Have I answered that? Yes, you have to set your goal and then you have to start becoming positive regarding. You start visualizing your goal, keep your goal in front of wherever you can see so that it goes on coming to you. I have to get this. And slowly, certain things come to you which is beyond my comprehension, beyond my explanation, but it happens. It has happened in our cases a lot, so I don't want to share all that, but it has happened, and that is why I'm so confident of it.
Thank you for the conversation.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, I would like to know what you want me to cover next. And please do like, comment, and share with your contacts, and do subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.